Now when you're asked to write something in exponential form, they mean take all the radicals away and write it with exponents. So really what you have here is in problem number 24, if you have x to the 6th, well remember the 6 is going to be on the numerator of the exponent and the index will be on the denominator. So this is just x to the 6 over 3 times y to the negative 4 over 3, which is what we have here. Okay, now you can reduce these fractions, and I'm going to expect you to. I'm at your level. I'm not going to expect you to leave these here. So 6 divided by 3 is 2, so we just have x squared and y to the minus 4/3, and leave it like that. Now, problem number 28. Is a fraction, a radical in the fraction in the denominator, which we know we have to get rid of. So, but that's pretty easy because when you think about it, if you have a radical, anything in the denominator, 1 over anything, is that anything raised to the negative 1 power. So, in this particular case, you can take the whole entire denominator and put it inside parentheses and say that's that to the negative 1. Well, now you have to simplify the radical inside and get rid of the radical sign down here. So I changed the parentheses to brackets because I'm going to have some more parentheses in here, because I'm going to have p to the 4th q to the minus 8 all to the 1/4 power, because the 1/4 power says take the 4th root of this. So then once you have that to the minus 1/4, you can actually take these two, since these negative 1 times negative 1, or negative 1 times 1/4, and you get negative 1/4 as the exponent, and you can get rid of those extra brackets. Well, now you raise each one of them to the negative 1/4. P to the 4th raised to the negative 1/4, you just multiply, remember, these exponents, so you get negative 4 over 4, which becomes negative 1 here. And p to the negative 8 times it, you're going to multiply the negative 8 by the negative 1/4, giving you a positive 8 over 4, which is positive 2. So your final answer is right over here. Again, express in simplest radical form. Now here you're given something and they want the in simplest radical form. The easiest way to do these is actually work with your exponents and your laws of exponents. So put them in, first of all, put them in exponential form. So the cubed root of 4 becomes 4 to the 1/3 right here, and 2, the 6th root of 2 becomes 2 to the minus 1/6, because 2 is on the denominator of this fraction. So put them in exponential form. Now we're going to express each of the bases. And remember, 4 is the base and 2 is the base here. We're going to express each of the bases as something. Remember, you can only add exponents when you multiply like bases. So we want something like, and you usually look at your larger number. 4 can be written as 2 squared. So now I have 2 squared raised to the 1/3, and all I did was replace the 4 with 2 squared and leave the 2 to the minus 1/6, and now I can multiply the 2 times the 1/3, the exponents of the 2 here, and get 2 to the 2/3. Now I have like bases, 2 and 2. So all I have to do is add the exponents. Well, I have a positive and a negative exponent, so I'm going to take the positive and subtract this one from it, giving you same base raised to the 2/3 minus 1/6. Okay, then you just subtract your fractions. This is 2 to the 3/6, which is the same as 2 to the 1/2, which is the square root of 2. So when you get done, you don't leave it as 2 to the 1/2, because the directions ask you to put it in simplest radical form. So you must have a radical when you get done with this set of problems. Okay, now number 39. If the directions were to simplify each expressions, give your answers in exponential form. So the first thing you have to do is, just like before, take the what's inside the radical, x to the fourth root of x and the 6th root of x, divided by the cubed root of x. Okay, now this is what you do. Remember, you put this x to the 1/4 because x is to the first power in every one of these radicals, so it's always 1 over whatever the index is. So it's x to the 1/4 times x to the 1/6 divided by x to the 1/3. And the only thing we did here was we changed this from radical form to exponential form. And then since you have like bases of x, x, and x, you add the exponents when you multiply, so 1/4 plus 1/6, which is what we have down here, and then you subtract the exponent when you divide. So it's just 1/4 plus 1/6 minus 1/3. So you take all these exponents, all these rational exponents, and you combine them together and you get 1/12. Remember, find a common denominator.